like I said, it's just built into the social zeitgeist. Is what's the number one advice that men are given about relationships and about women and about marriage? Happy wife, happy life. It just makes me laugh.
I do cringe with a happy wife, happy life thingy. Because like, well, what about a husband then? What do you mean? I find it so weird when people say that. Hi YouTube, welcome back in hell. My name is Cypress, and if you didn't know yet, I stream live on Twitch. So if you would like to see me play games or hang out with me and my community, please go to twitch.tv/vtuber Today, we'll be watching another video by the Advocate. This is men are refusing to play these games.
Weird shit I will not put up with in a relationship. Sleeping on the couch. To this day, as a grown man, I will never understand how a woman can make a man sleep on the couch. Because there is no way in hell my mother would ever make my father sleep anywhere he didn't want to. Like, that wasn't a thing. I honestly thought that was a myth. Like, I thought that was a cliche, something that every movie or TV sitcom did. I thought that was a joke.
Oh my, I think like, I don't know, if you guys are having a fight and you don't want to sleep with your partner, regardless if you're a man or a woman in the relationship, doesn't matter what your gender is, I think that if you're the one that doesn't want to sleep together, that probably you should go sleep on the couch, if you know what I mean. I don't get it why you have to like send the other person to sleep somewhere else while you are the one that doesn't want to sleep together. That's what I think about it.
Live together and I'm paying bills in that motherfucker, I'm gonna sleep where I want. Moving in with a woman, I'm not doing that. There's nothing really weird about that, but personally, I just don't ever want to put myself in a situation where a woman can tell me to get the fuck out and I have to go. And every time we get into an argument, you want...
I mean, I guess I can get that, but I can also get that from the other way around. So yeah, I guess no one is moving in together then.
Like, this is my house, me to death. Absolutely not. You're going to either move in with me or we're going to get a spot together. Also...
Oh, wait. If we're going to get a spot together, that's also good. That's what he said, right? I don't know if I misheard that. Okay. If it's that, then I guess okay.
So I'm not running after you. Like, if we get into an argument and you decide you want to storm out of the room or leave the room or storm out of my house, I'm not coming to get you. Especially if I didn't tell you to leave, I'm not coming to get you.
I just should, because that's... It's like a weird, very weird, I don't even know what it is, a weird toxic game. Like, you're gonna storm out of the room and then you expect your partner to come after you. And, you know, like, you know exactly what you're doing. It's like weird, just stay and talk it out.
I'll be receptive to you coming back. If you want to come back after you calm down, we can do that. And we can have a productive conversation about what happened, but I'm not rushing behind you to do nothing. Also, the weirdest thing that I'm not putting up with is being punished for winning the argument.
Punish.
I really hate those videos. Even though they're funny, I hate those videos to where it's like the Twist the Hopeful song is playing and the guy's like, I won the argument, but apparently I raised my voice, had to apologize anyway, and had to sleep on the couch. Now the original point is irrelevant. I hate those videos.
Okay, no, that's stupid. I wanted to say, like, I don't get the punishment at the end. I do think, though, if you're having an argument with your partner and you're right, your partner is wrong, I do not think that gives you the pass to raise your voice and not apologize for it. Do I agree with the punishment afterwards? No, I do not. But I also don't agree with that you can just raise your voice just because you're right and not apologize for that. I think that's really toxic as well. I think that the partner should acknowledge that you're right and you should also apologize for raising your voice because that wasn't needed for anything, right? At least that's what I think about it. And like, it doesn't matter if you're the man who did that or you're the woman. If you're the woman and you raise your voice, I also think that you should be apologizing for raising your voice because that's not how you talk to your partner. And I know it can happen. I know it can happen when the emotions are high, but I don't think that anyone should get a pass for it just because you won the argument.
Because I'm not doing that shit. I will not do that shit. If I won the argument and if I was right, I wish the fuck you would have an attitude still. I wish you would. You'll just have it. You're just gonna have to have it. I'm not coming behind you. I'm not apologizing. I don't care that I raised my voice. I don't care because if you hadn't done what you did, my voice wouldn't have got raised. I don't.
But that sounds kind of weird. Like, if you hadn't done what you did, I thought we were just having an argument. So that kind of confuses me. Like, what did they do? Like, I thought we were just talking about an argument because I think when two adults are having an argument, you're talking about something and one person is like, no, I'm right. And the other person is like, no, I'm right. And then, right? Like, what do you mean if you hadn't done what you did? I'm kind of confused about this. But I think if the argument went like what I just said and you raise your voice, you should be apologizing for raising your voice as well. And the other person should also apologize. And the person that's wrong should also apologize for not believing you.
I will try my best not to raise my voice, but if a voice gets raised because of something you did, then a voice just gets raised. I don't give a damn. but you will not punish me for being right. Just like I'm not going to punish you if you're genuinely right.
I just think that like in a relationship, that's just not good. Just raising your voice and not apologizing for it afterwards. I don't agree with like, oh, then you have to get punished and you have to go sleep on the couch or you have to go out of the house, something like that. No. I just don't think like for long term in your relationship, if you raise your voice at your partner and you don't apologize for it every time when you're right about something, I think that's unhealthy for the relationship. I think there's gonna be like a lot of resentment there eventually in the relationship. I just don't think that's good at all.
He brought up some really great points, right? Like, I had never really thought about the sleeping on the couch thing. It's not something we've never talked about on this channel.
The person says, anytime I raise my voice, I'm always the bad guy. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I am very emotional and I know I am right, I try not to, but it does happen. I try not to raise my voice, but I do raise my voice. My emotions get really high, and I just, at some point, I just give a fuck anymore because I am so sure that I'm right. Sometimes I'm not right, but the times that I am right, I still apologize at the end because, like, when my emotions calm down, I also know that is not right. That is not nice for the person that's receiving my voice, right? For the person receiving my voice, they are also a person. They also have emotions. It does hurt them when I raise my voice like that for no reason. Well, we can have a normal, civilized conversation at a normal volume. I don't like it when people do it to me. And I want people to apologize to me too when they do that to me. So when I do that, I also know I am wrong. I should be apologizing to you. That's not right. That's not cool. Even if you're right, even if I'm right about the argument, I do think that I should be apologizing about that fact because we're adults. We shouldn't be shouting at each other just because we're right.
Like, I in the past, I've talked about how that goes in our house. I have never ever told TJ, you're sleeping on the couch tonight. I've never told TJ to get out of the house. I did always think that was kind of crazy. Like, how are you going to do that? We both own this house. How do I have the right to do that? Like, I would be livid. I would be losing my shit if a man ever told me to do that. But there have been times where, like, the energy between TJ and I is still so heated from an argument that he will put himself on the couch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that makes more sense, right? If you are the one that doesn't feel like sleeping with your partner in that moment, then you should be the one to get out, right? You should go and find a different place to sleep. Not the person that actually is still fine sleeping there.
Like, he is just like, no, I need to get away from this. But the difference is we actually have like a really, really comfortable sleeping couch, and TJ actually likes sleeping there. Like,
I mean, I like sleeping on my couch too. I don't have a sleeping couch, but it is comfortable.
Many nights where he has just stayed up so late working on art or watching horror movies that he just ends up there. So sometimes he just sleeps on the couch even when things are great between us. So like I've been sick for so long, Chad. Wait, I'm not streaming. Anyway, I've been sick for almost a week now. Today I finally feel like a lot better, but I can definitely still feel that it isn't completely gone yet. I still had to take like a paracetamol because I have a headache, or I had a headache. I don't have it now because I took a paracetamol and my nose is still blocked, but it's so comfortable to sleep on the couch when I'm sick, man. I love to sleep on the couch when I'm sick. Or told TJ to sleep on the couch. And I would not blame a man for drawing that hard boundary. If his girl is like, I can't stand you, you're sleeping on the couch tonight. Like, what is she really gonna do if he's like, no, I'm going to my bed. You don't have to cuddle with me. You don't have to look at me. We don't have to do anything together, but I'm sleeping in my bed, and if you don't like it, you can go sleep on the couch.
Yeah,
like,
I agree with this.
What is she
I
going to
100%
do?
agree.
Overpower him? Push him off? Then it becomes a domestic, and that's not his fault, okay? I'm sure that, oh my God, some woman would try to spin to the police officer that he started it because he wouldn't sleep on the couch. Taylor, Frankie Paul ass shit. But I don't think he's wrong for that at all. At all.
I also
think
so.
That's completely valid. And I think he's right. That is weird that is a standard. It got me thinking that, and a lot of other things that at this Help for Men event that I went through, where there was a group activity where one of the guys asked the other guy, what is something that your wife or partner does that really irritates you. And it wasn't designed to be like a woman bashing, wife bashing activity. The point of the activity was for men to discuss the solutions to those issues, or to even like discuss how each other solved those issues within their own marriages. Like I said, it was a very non-toxic, solutions-based event. And one of the things that a lot of men complained about was the honey-do lists. Every time they come home or they have a weekend off, it's, so here's all of the things that I want you to do. And it's so interesting because that comes so naturally to women. It's almost like built into our DNA. It's how we're socialized. It's something that we truly believe is like our God-given right, is to create the honey-do lists for our husbands. But I know for damn sure that if I came home or if I had a couple days off and my husband started going, so you're going to make sure to finish the laundry and sweep the kitchen, right? I would be like, nah, who the f*** is you? Like, I think a lot of women would like go loco. And the honey-do list is something that TJ and I talked about like a long time ago. First of all, my husband is ADHD as all hell. My whole house is ADHD as all hell. So my husband has actually said that it helps him to have a list. Most of the time, like, he's gotten into a pretty good habit of making his own lists. But the reason that he finds it helpful and I find it helpful to create a list, and it's not even like a necessarily timed list, just something that we put on the family calendar, is so that if it's something that he wants to do himself, something he's prioritized, then he'll remember it later, but also so that I can tell him what items I'm prioritizing. And we've talked about this, so we're on the same page. But it's good. Like, if I write down something I'd like him to do, it's never because I don't trust that he has his own agenda or his own priorities. It's just that he knows where my priorities are. And if he has other shit going on, he's allowed to usurp my ask. Like, I don't expect that my demands come first in his life, right? Like, if I'm like, hey, this is something that I've really needed fixed, but like, I can't do it myself. He might say like, I can do that today. Or he might say like, I have these 3 other things I have to do. God, who knew? Communication in a relationship, right?
I wanted to say too, like, this is good. Like, they talked about like what works for them, and she isn't forcing stuff on him.
I remember when a girlfriend I lived with in an apartment broke up with me. She was puzzled when she came back, and I was still there the next day. I said I paid half of my rent till the end of the month.
Oh, that he was still after breaking up. Yeah, what's he supposed to do? Give you the apartment for yourself while he's paying as well?
I talk about this a lot, but I feel like it always...
She expected him to be like gone the next day immediately.
It bears repeating because people just don't know this, but you can't just kick someone out. This is one of the biggest misconceptions in every relationship, marriage, roommateship that permeates throughout all of society, is a lot of people think that if you're pissed at someone, you can simply kick them out. And that is not the way that it works.
No.
Even if they aren't paying rent, even if they are staying there scot-free, they still have a legal right to be there if there is reasonable history of...
But the thing that I don't understand is, I guess maybe depending on the reason why you broke up, right? But if it's just a breakup, like you guys don't like each other anymore, you fell out of love, right? That's the only reason. But you got a house together, you pay rent together, or maybe you don't pay rent together. I don't understand, like, isn't that something I mean, that's something that I would have thought about. Like, if I'm gonna move in with this person, there will always be the chance that somewhere in the future, maybe we're gonna break up. If we're gonna break up, one of us is probably gonna stay in the house, or both of us are gonna go a new house, right? But in the meantime, we probably still have to live with each other for a little while, because you can't just break up and then expect the other person to be able to move out immediately, right? I don't understand that, why people think you can just do that. Like, I feel like, isn't that just common sense that doesn't happen like that? I mean, maybe you're lucky. Maybe you're lucky that that person wants to leave immediately and they actually do, but but that's not gonna happen in most cases. I mean, like, I had friends that were living together and then they broke up, but they still stayed together for a little while because they had to search for another accommodation, right? They can just leave.
Their residency, especially if they have stuff in the house. Like, you can yell at them and be like, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. But if you call the police and you're like, they won't leave, the police will be like, well, how long have they been staying here? And if it's in a reasonable amount of time, not just like they showed up yesterday, if it's like, well, yeah, they've been living here and yeah, they have clothes.
I also find it like kind of cold. Like, again, depending on why you're breaking up. But yeah, I find it also like a little cold that you expect them to be gone the next day while you had, I don't know, but you probably have been together for a while, right? You know what I mean? You've been together for a while, you met each other's family, you went on vacations together, had many good times, and then you broke up and you're just like, okay, now you get the fuck out. I don't know, it's kind of cold. Again, depending on why you're breaking up. Maybe the person did something really fucked up and that's why you're like, okay, no, you need to go right now. Then okay, I guess. But I think sometimes it's not like that.
Here and a backpack here and a computer here and their Xbox here. Guess what? Squatters' rights. You cannot just make them leave. You have to file a formal eviction, and that's going to take time. So if the person you want to get out right now doesn't want to go and they haven't committed a crime enough to have a PPO or restraining order warranted, you're gonna have to kumbaya that shit and figure it out. But yeah, moving on to his next point of like, I'm not gonna chase after you. Another strong, healthy boundary. This is another one that like is not surviving the gender swap test. If a man was ever like, I'm done with you and stormed off, like, oh my God, if a woman actually did chase after him, she would be called desperate. She would be called hysterical. Like, all of the girlies would be like, stand up. What are you doing? Like, you never do that. And not enough men are encouraging each other like, dude, bro, no, we are not playing that game. And it's also comes down to like, well, what do we want here? What is consistent? Is it when you say no, we leave you alone? Or is it when you say no, we're actually supposed to try harder? Because to me, if someone is like...
I mean, I've seen like those TikToks where women are like, since when did no mean no? No means yeah. Like something like that. And I was like, what? There were like those women that were like mad when they said no, that the men actually like respected that.
Storming off and they're claiming that they're done with me. Okay. I've seen this like weird tactic play out a lot where the girlfriend breaks up with the boyfriend, but it's not a real breakup. It's a test to see if he'll like chase her.
I mean, it's really immature.
And then she gets mad when like he honors the breakup and doesn't contact her anymore. Pick a lane. Choose your fighter. What are we doing here? Like, when you are broken up, you are broken up. That is the way of it. We are not Ross and Rachel. We are not on a break here. And then the third one, being punished for being right. That's another really common one. I feel like men have to deal with is it's such a trope. Like I said, it's just built into the social zeitgeist. Is what's the number one advice that men are given about relationships and about women and about marriage? Happy wife, happy life. It just makes me laugh.
I do cringe with a happy wife, happy life thingy. Because like, well, what about a husband then? What do you mean? I find it so weird when people say that.
Because one of the videos that we hopefully get to today is going to talk all about how men are born and conditioned to be entitled. And I'm not going to argue with you that there are a lot of aspects that can be true. But are we just going to pretend that that's completely untrue for women? How in the world can we argue that women are not taught and socialized to be entitled when phrases like happy wife, happy life exist? Where the entire basis of that phrase that is taught to men very early on is you do whatever she says, no matter how ridiculous, no matter how emotional, no matter how much you disagree with it on a fundamental level, you do it or else your life will be miserable. Clearly, that's something that when you put it in a patriarchal framing, That's the enemy of all of feminism. When men have the mindset of, because I think it, because I want the power, you must obey as the weaker sex, then it's disgusting, as it ought to be.
Yes.
And yet, when a woman is like, well, I'm the wife, so of course whatever I say goes, no one bats an eye, that one just bothers me. And it's anybody who is so unable to take an L, who is so unable to have accountability that they go, oh shit, I was wrong about that, is a fucking loser, dude. An absolute loser. A barf-encrusted jumbo jerk. A whole-ass walnut. A liquid fart. Like, you suck. If you really are the kind of person who, like, you've been proven wrong. You move the goalposts, you keep getting proven wrong. You build your straw man, you once again get proven wrong, and by the end of it, all you can say is like, well, I'm still gonna be mad. Oh my God, you're the worst. You're the worst person. I hate dealing with these people. You're a troll. You're just a troll at that point. You're just a 4chan troll. You're behaving like...
I mean, I agree with it. That's stupid. But if it is like the way that that guy said it in that clip, I disagree. If it really is just you're in an argument and you keep being wrong and then you're just mad while the guy is talking to you and he's right the whole time, and then you're mad and then you punish him while he's just right, that's wrong. 100%. That's fucking wrong. But I do not agree with you're in an argument, the girl is wrong, the guy is right, but the guy is raising his voice at you, and now the girl's upset that you raised your voice, and then you don't apologize, and then you have to sleep on the couch. I think that's wrong as well. I think it's wrong that you need to sleep on the couch, but I also think it's wrong that you feel like you don't have to apologize for raising your voice.
An unattended iPad baby who is getting in arguments on Reddit, and I just like, you're not a good partner. You're not. I don't blame him at all, dude. No, you are in your entire right to just say no. Just say no to that, whatever drug that is.
The happy wife, happy life. I don't know, man. I always hated it. I've seen women say that. I see guys say that a lot too. To their guy friends. When their guy friends are like with their wives or with their girlfriend, they're like, happy wife, happy life. Like everyone freaking says it and I cringe so hard from it. For like a happy relationship, shouldn't you both be happy? Shouldn't you both work on making each other happy and not like only one person gets like to be happy? That's like really weird. Like it doesn't even make sense. How can you have a happy life if everything you do is to make your wife happy? But what if making your wife happy means doing things that makes you unhappy? So now you're unhappy, your wife is happy, and somehow you have a happy life. That doesn't make sense. Someone says it here. Like the thing that I was like, I don't completely agree with it. It depends on how you were right. If you were a dick about it, you can't expect them to be happy with you. That's what I agree with. You're gonna have like a lot of resentment in your relationship if that's how your arguments are gonna be. If she cannot gracefully accept that you're right, but also if you are right but you have to be a dick about it and not apologize about it, yeah.
Hi! If you like the video, please make sure that you like it and subscribe to my channel and turn on notification bell if you want to see more of it. I also go live on Twitch and on this YouTube channel, so come join us sometimes. Bye!